Hello everyone! Actually, it's very cold at the time of recording of this time, so but anyway, it is Ame Gakita, the host of Ame and Rizi. And today, the guest, although the previous one was Rizi, this time now, although not fully recovered, but we have... Drum roll, please!
And still, what do you actually need to do for that one? You can just say that. You just get introduce me as a normal people, and you do not have to say that I'm still not 100% well. You can just introduce me as normal.
Just kidding. So,
Oh God, just say it.
We got Rizi back!
But you think that the way, because of Discord, I have no idea. When you try to refer my name, it just cut out.
Damn, Discord sometimes very good on cutting my voice. Imagine if we are recording through in your side and not my own. Disconnected. Hello? Well done, my life! I got disconnected! Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
For some reason, I got disconnected when I... Discord really hate me.
That is what I always say. I was like, wait, did he got caught? Because I was almost gonna DM you on Twitter saying that you are 100% got caught, and you just leave the room.
No, I got disconnected. Damn it. And it's not even 3 minutes into the recording. Anyway, enough of the intro. Rizi, welcome back. Previously, I got Naji-san to do the podcasting where we are talking about Genshin theory and stuff. But this time around, I want to talk about how do we play games. As in, like, people are like, how do you play a game? Well, just get a console, touch the game, and then just play the game. No, what I'm saying, like, what I mean is, like, how do you, like, for example, if you play a RPG game, do you just follow the story, do the quest, do the main quest, skip the sub quest, or side, or all the mini quests, you just skip every single thing and just do the main quest only? Or are you the type of person who will, like, take your time to enjoy the scenery, look into the story, look into the side quest, look every single thing, and then slowly do your quest? Or are you the speedrunner? Or are you the one that just had no idea what the hell you are doing, but just go along with it?
I can agree for the last one.
Which is the reason why I have to list that as the last one. Because I knew you will say that. But I feel like you're not the only one though. I got a feeling. Whoever watched this right now, in the comment section, that you're the type. Which type are you? Are you the type who take your time to play the game, or are you the speedrunner, or the type who doesn't know what the hell is happening but just play along?
I actually don't know about other people, but because of me, I'm talking about myself only. I have played a few times. The story is actually like the story is rolling. You are pressing and reading it really fast, but at the same time, when people ask, "What was the story about?" I don't know.
I just play the game. What?
No, I actually read it one by one, every word slowly. But afterward, when people ask me, I have no idea.
Which is the reason why if anyone want to know how do I play game, I am the type who will take my time to play game. Because I mean, like, if anyone who saw me always, why do I always play game like very, very slowly? I am not a speed runner. Okay? Anyone who saw me play game is like, I always take my time, I always get distracted.
Yes. distracted very, very easily for that one.
Hey, I mean, like if you put, when you put something nice and the scenery is so beautiful, would you want to sit down and enjoy, like sit down, drink some orange juice, have a picnic, eat some sandwich, enjoy the scenery, that kind of situation? Unless you are in a Doom game scenario where every monster is out to kill you, then okay, maybe not.
Okay, I do not know about other people, but I have a, if this makes sense, a two conscience. It means that one part of your brain cells is actually watching everything that is happening, and the other one is your hands just move and play. It means that, oh yeah, your eyes is actually trying to see it detail and what there is, but your hands is actually fighting the freaking boss.
Which I can do most of the time. If anyone would stop me whenever I play, like during a boss fight, or when the fight is a little bit intense, I go very, very quiet. Except for two game, which I will talk about that later. But like when I play like Monster Hunter or Genshin, like when there is some fight that is so intense, you guys will notice that I tend to be very quiet because I want to concentrate on it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been such a quiet player most of the time. But when it came to shooting game, or when it came to racing game, that's a whole new different story. I mean, like anyone can just watch me how I play Mario Kart, and everyone will be like, "Damn, you're noisy."
No, okay. When you play Mario Kart, I think you are double times the noisy than a normal game. I'm so sorry for you playing that way.
Why? Okay, next time I'll try to be quiet when I play the Mario Kart then.
Okay, playing a multi game is quite hard for staying quiet, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like when I play multiplayer together, it's very hard for me to keep quiet though.
Like, okay, I don't think that you actually upload the game, but when we actually play Among Us, you can see how.
I have not uploaded that yet because I still kind of like wondering, so I upload that or not. Or so I edit it a little bit before I upload that.
Sadly, I did not have the recording of me just running around and has no idea what is happening.
But yeah, I was the one making a lot of noise during that time.
I'm more surprised that you can actually scream really more higher than usual.
I mean, like, I got no idea.
No, I swear you actually scream more higher than usual on that that way.
I mean, like, when
I
I
do
get
understand that you got surprised, but still, wow.
now people are going to get, now people who watch this podcast is going to wonder, how long is that moment when it's just a recording? People are going to kill us, and people are going to ask me, please upload that.
If you guys want him to upload at least, I wonder how much until you can upload it.
Until someone actually comment on it.
Okay, there you go. Just wait for one comment.
Yeah, well, I shall wait for
Or
that one
just
comment.
comment directly under the comments.
One comment and I'll post it.
Okay, then I can just comment on when this podcast is out.
Damn, yeah, that is cheating.
And that's when you say that, oh, I could not comment on it. Damn, okay.
Or how about if it's your comment, at least there must be 5 likes on it.
Yeah, bit.
But anyway, I mean, like, when I scared, technically I will scream when something bad happened to me. I mean, it's the same thing when I was playing Mario Kart. When I was like, yippee, 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 yippee. I was like, when I played, like, I got into a bad situation. I was like, I will panic. It's like when I'm scared and panic, I will scream. Which often more than not, you can see that not in Among Us or anything, but mostly on the horror games. Because it instills the power, the panic, the scare, the fear, the whatsoever. And then I'll be like, damn, I
I
want to
think
try.
you have heard me scream once, and
Yeah,
that is actually a genuine fear. Well, the one that you see me playing Among Us, I never scream. I just say, "Damn,
yeah,
I got killed."
the only thing, that you're like, all right, continue on.
Yeah, I am that type of people.
But as for the, I mean, as for the, I mean, like, as for the horror game, it's one thing. But when I'm scared and panic, especially like Among Us, the hide and seek moment where you have to escape. I mean, like, seriously, why do I have to hide in the corner and then you are just there looking at me and say hi?
Wait, now I'm curious. What happened? For people that didn't know, there is actually a new update for the project playtime. But when you play the survival tutorial, Huggy Wuggy for some reason out of nowhere just came out after you got out from the, I forgot, box, was it? A metal box? Or I have no idea what
Is
it's
it during
called.
the tutorial moment?
Yeah, yes.
I mean, like, it's the same thing when you're hype. When didn't it happen during the first tutorial when you're trying to like do some, and then you have to, and they say hide into the locker, and you have to wait, and they will see, on your locker you saw the Huggy Wuggy so walk away, and then when you get out, the Huggy Wuggy just appear out next to you and say hi.
Okay. Um, like me, I have played the tutorial for two or three times. And for the first time I played, I just stared directly on the floor
Mm.
and just saw Huggy Wuggy from the freaking floor jump up and then just attack me. Huh.
I
Like
mean,
it
if
got spawned from under the floor.
I
Dang.
I think, right, because this is mock games, who, in case anyone need to know how the first chapter 1 game where we got chased by Huggy Wuggy, if we are not chased by one only Huggy Wuggy, we are chased by multiple Huggy Wuggy. It's just only one Huggy Wuggy, don't get me wrong, okay? Based on the story, it's only one Huggy Wuggy. But in the games, right, they show like a lot of Huggy Wuggy. If you go and find something out of camera, where a person was playing, there's people who actually show how the game looked like. You are just basically run away from one Huggy Wuggy, and you got chased by another Huggy Wuggy. But in the game wise, you're only being chased by one Huggy Wuggy. But when they made the game, you're chased by multiple different Huggy Wuggy. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So basically, right, basically what happened is
Does
that,
that mean that does that mean that they also need to predict like a certain place until the like okay,
yeah,
Huggy
so
Wuggy is facing you, so they need to be a place that can trigger the second Huggy Wuggy,
yes.
right?
So basically, when you reach to a specific point, the second Huggy Wuggy, the first Huggy Wuggy, like for example, if you reach from, let's say, for A to B to C, there is one Huggy Wuggy on A, there is one Huggy Wuggy on B, and there is no Huggy Wuggy at C. So basically, let's say the C is the final reaching point, and you reach and you win. So from A to B, when you are being not kept, so basically the B will not be so basically there is one, and does that mean you are got trapped by if there is one Huggy Wuggy in B? No. In fact, basically you have to run from A to B. You have, during this moment you'll be chased by the Huggy Wuggy at A, and you have to be very careful, because if you slow down or you do a wrong turn, the Huggy Wuggy will chase you, and by then you are going to get caught by Huggy Wuggy from point A. But if you run through point B, the Huggy Wuggy will not stop you, it will disappear.
Mm-hmm.
So
It means
basically,
that you didn't. It means that you did not trigger the plate that the programmer already put,
And
right?
often more than not, this is how game, in order to indicate that Huggy Wuggy disappeared, they either use something like a slam door or in like normally not in Poppy Playtime but in the chapter 1, chapter 2, it's basically they use slam door or make you don't unable to U-turn. Basically there will be like a roadblock or a wall or a door that is blocking the thing, and
Okay.
you can't go back to A already. So basically you are now, once you go to B, they will say, oh, this is point B, and there was something to block it, and the Huggy Wuggy from A will disappear because he's not supposed to activate anymore from that onwards. And you're in a whole new area which is known as point B, and from point B you have to reach to point C to win. So in this case, how do you know the Huggy Wuggy from point B should be activated? There will be a part where you have to walk to a specific point that will trigger the effect, like some sort of like triggering point, or about what we call the game border or boundary. And that once you cross that, normally in game they will say, if a player reach S equal to blah blah blah, Y equal to blah blah blah, Z equal to blah blah blah, basically the point of that point from where to where. Once you cross that point, or normally in game's term, they will actually put some sort of like a line or an invisible plate, a 3D invisible plate, that when you touch the blade, a very blank plate or a board, if you have to, like a flat paper, that you touch it, it will activate, and you will hear the music, or the kind of like scary music, or very panicking in those moments in the chase, right? Like they always put the music like very, very panicking because it induces fear, and you need to be very fast, very fast, very fast, 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 fast. So when it hit you, trigger that specific point, or sometimes why some chasing you need to like, it won't activate when you don't touch when you don't go to some specific area, or when you don't touch anything. It's because the game is not triggered for you to do anything as long as you don't touch the item, or as long as you don't go through the area. That was how Poppy Playtime worked. Except for Five Nights at Freddy. Five Nights at Freddy is just basically you have to close the door at the right time, at the right moment. But some horror game, mostly they will add a point where you have to touch something, or do something, or walk to a specific point before you trigger the chase scene. So for chapter 1, for example, from B to C, or maybe like it happened in chapter 2. So basically, a lot of people think to understand the thing is that it looks so stupid when you change your camera to look at them, but when you but in terms of the gameplay, it looks so natural. But in fact, it actually look very stupid when you. So you have, sometimes if you guys want to know, just go to online out of camera Poppy Playtime. There is people uploading tons of video about how stupid those things look like. I mean, like a Huggy Wuggy doing a tease pose. What is the first thing in your mind? Huggy Wuggy doing a tease pose. But in fact, it's just.
I forgot about this. I forgot. It's actually had to do with a meme about this one. I forgot about which meme. I do not know what meme it's called.
So in a sense,
a person got chased with someone that is doing a T pose.
Oh god, I think I remember that, but I don't want to talk about that. I mean the T, you are being chased by a T-pose monster. Fear for your life. But in any case, right, I mean like for the chase scene, normally like when you go from B to C, so you are like I mentioned, you have to trigger something to cause the monster from B to chase after you. So you'll be like wondering how to B come from nowhere. It's like basically the game need to be very, like the designer have to be very smart, and in a sense it's like it's cutting corners, yes, but those cutting corners is what make it smoother and less coding and much easier to control. So by the time when you reach to C, the game is over because you kill the monster or by whatsoever mean, or you do something, you manage to escape from it. So basically, right, the chase scene in Poppy Playtime 1 and Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, in fact, you are actually being chased by multiple Huggy Wuggy and Mommy Longleg. When in terms of story, you are only being chased by one. But if you go and look at the out of camera moment, you're being chased by multiple of them, not just one of them. It's just the game and the design make you think that you're being chased by one, but in fact you are actually chased by multiple. Does that mean that there Huggy Wuggy, there will be multiple Huggy Wuggy? Yes and no, because we know there is a lot of mini Huggy Wuggy. But it's like if you are saying the original one huge Huggy Wuggy, there is only one. The one original blue one, not the pink one. The pink one is a different story. But there is only one blue one. So in game term, is that the chasing is so hard to do properly, especially but Mod Game was able to make it so good is that because they made use of the border, the part where you have to run to one part. So the thing is that if you guys look at let's not say like when why they can't control like a AI chase after like maybe like Poppy Playtime, why do they not make it like why they have to be like 6 versus 1, not like 1 versus like 6 versus AI. You have to be like 1 versus all. It's because they can't control the AI to do or move in the right way to chase after the human. You look very stupid. You know what I mean? Even worse, you can even trap them in the corner, and then they will always be stuck at the corner. So it's really hard to program AI. I'm not sure about a lot of people saying like, "Oh, AI are very smart." Yes, but in terms of game control, to make it sound like a player, I have seen people talking about making AI trying to play like a player, but there is always some sort of jankiness to it that cause them to look a little bit out of hand, and you'll be wondering why is the AI doing this or doing that. It's sometimes they don't understand. It's like the same thing when people ask like why AI is going to overtake a human drawing in future. Yes and no, because if you ask an AI to like if you go in online search a lot of AI drawing, the one thing they don't understand is that they can draw a human face properly, but they can't draw a body or they can't draw the hand properly because they do not know how a human look like. They did not program to make a computer learn that how this is how a human hand look like. This is how a human body might look like. It just assume that a human hand got 6 finger or 7 finger or maybe 4 finger because the AI is not human. They do not know how a human think. They are just full of programming and words, and they will just think that this is correct. But in fact, the algorithm is really hard to know, especially for an AI. So, will AI overtake humans? Yes. Will AI still able to draw a normal human? I hardly doubt so. Unless, I mean, like if anyone who show like show to me like a lot of drawing done by AI, either they actually you can just if you tell me how you do it. If you show it that you just tell it, please draw a girl, and you draw you a girl. Draw me an anime girl, and you should draw you an anime girl. If that is done by AI, I can understand. But in the sense that if you have to type, please draw a human with 5 finger, that is doing a T pose, and then you start drawing that specific detail, then you have to question yourself: isn't it like human guiding the AI to do something? Technically, you still technically have a human doing it, right? Rizi-san?
Oh god, this good lah! I need to freaking scream. I think you can actually get my voice. Or I actually need to talk in a very low key. I think it can pick up. For frick's sake.
Naruhodo. That explains a lot. So what do you think about that though? About what I just said?
About drawing, I don't know much because there is I'm not sure if you know about Neuro Sama,
Mm-hmm.
the AI VTuber.
I know, I'm aware of that.
Like she can actually make jokes like an actual human, but it will take time.
Okay, sure. But in a
If
sense,
you
is that you still need people to teach it, right?
like it is a base learning, and even the programmer say that he actually need to input like the jokes that already is out on the internet and
Mm.
give it to her.
Like I mentioned before,
An AI can learn, but they could not learn by themselves
there's a
at the
thing.
same time
There's a thing.
because at least somebody actually need to put or teach them before they can teach themselves.
Mm. I mean, like, ask an AI to play a game like Genshin, play a game like uh Dota 2. Wait. Scratch the Dota 2. The Dota 2 already got AI people got AI playing the game already. I saw the pro scene where they pin a pro player against the AI. The pro player lost. Like strategy game and RPG game, not the rocket not the rocket launcher, but like role playing game that need a little bit of strategy. I don't think AI can do it anyway good. Even like Monster Hunter, I don't even think they will do it correctly though. Because game like Osu, where everything is like in a pattern, or chess, or anything like those AI will need to think first, and they will always tend to go to online, search the whole freaking internet database, find the computer AI that is very good in it, and just copy the whole programming, and then it will become its own computer, and then the whole programming will become part of it program. Which is the reason why AI tend to need a lot of server, because there is a lot. You will copy the whole chunk of data or a lot of programming of the AI, and then it became its own, and that's the reason why the game is like so good on it. You know what I mean? Like Noah Sama is like basically, if you, in case anyone needs to know, the way I know a lot of people said it broke a lot of record. The thing is, right, there is just AI copying its own like the programming, but it's not. I wouldn't say like will human do the same thing as it. AI wise, I mean, like it's like asking people, can the AI can a human defeat an AI in chess? So far, I think there is no one able to beat it. Or am I wrong? I don't know. Write in the comment if you're a chess player. But like for me, that's the reason why I don't play chess.
Eh?
Hey, I really don't play chess though. Like I hate chess, especially whenever I play against AI. I really lose. Like you,
Like I can play chess, but if somebody asks that, how do you do that? How do you do this? I have no idea. I just play.
I mean, I always lose to AI though when I'm playing chess.
Okay, there's something funny was that there was a competition that my teacher actually sent me.
Mm.
I can play the board game, but if they actually ask the techniques game, like I know the technique, but I do not know the name and
Mm.
I do not know how to explain it.
And you just say, "That's how I play."
It means that I know where to move and everything, but if somebody asks like a certain chess piece and what's the function of it, I have
Mm.
no idea.
I feel like you are the same as similar to Kobo from Hololive though. She
Huh?
doesn't even know how to play the chess, but yet she know how to defeat Koyori at the time. I was like, when I saw that, I was like,
It has been a few times that any board games that I play
mm.
do not explain it to me because I will never understand it. Just play and I will try to copy what that person do.
Ah, understandable. But personally for me, right, I Chinese chess and English chess. I'm not very good in the Japanese chess, but I just very bad in chess because one of the reason why I hate playing chess is that I really lose to my dad. Chinese chess. I always lose to him so badly. Like he always trash me in like first like win first like 5 or 10 turn. And
There is actually one game in Malaysian, and I have no idea what it's actually called. Carom, if you know which one.
I think I heard it, but I can't recall what is it.
It's actually a board, and you actually need to. I almost say planting, and planting is not a thing in English. You actually need to slide the chess piece so that it will go into the hole to
Yeah,
get marks. Do you remember that one?
I think I heard because if you say slide into the hole, I recall that it's such a game, but I can't remember how I played that game. Or do I play that? I think I might have heard of it, but I never played it. Because if you say like Malay game, there is only one game that I like. One of my friends teach me how to play was the marble game, where you got
Oh, okay.
the one
Okay,
with
I know which one.
two big circle on the side and a lot of small circle with where you have to fill out the marble and you have to pick up like a strategy to fill out the big one, and whoever had their side finished it, you win.
Oh yeah, the funny thing was that this is actually quite a traditional game. It is quite viral right now in Indonesia, if I'm not mistaken. It takes
Indonesia?
Yep.
That's
You take
this game was quite I mean, like, if anyone need to know,
it's not no not carom, not carom. There's actually this it's actually quite trending. There will be two balls stuck. Okay, this is gonna sound wrong, but at the same, this is how I explain it. One string, and at the end of the string, there will be two balls. And when you actually hit them together, it will make a sound.
Is that when you throw it? Does it you have to like you have to toss the ball with the string, right?
Yep, it just go tak 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 tak. The sound.
Yeah. Okay, the funny thing is, right, a lot of people tend to understand is like I don't understand why, because like a lot of the traditional game, they call it the traditional game, but it's like that's basically what I call my childhood game though. I call it my childhood game because you got to understand this this oh god, how am I gonna say this Ame Gakita. I'm just telling you that I know I'm very old. When I say I play marble instead of handphone, because there was no handphone, there was no smartphone in my time, alright? There was just only marbles.
For me, I know what marbles are. Is one of it was actually in a textbook.
Yeah, so there was actually one marble where we put one hole or maybe like one circle. Like we have to draw one circle and we have to land our marble in the circle. And if anyone got any marble on the circle, we can knock it out or they will try to knock you out. In the end, the one with the most marble in the circle win.
Yes, and also I'm not sure what it's called in English, but in Malay we call it lempar slipper. It means that you need to build a tower out of the sleepers, and the other group actually need to knock it out.
Yes, it's the same. I can't remember the Malay word term for it, but I remember it was a Malay game, and yet I still play the game. Not just I'm not a Malay, I'm not Muslim, I'm not from Malaysia. I'm a Chinese, a Mandarin Chinese. And yeah, I still play a Malay game. I was like, oh, that was fun playing with marble. Just it's like I play with my Malay Muslim friend like the marble a lot of time though. That I was pro on it at the time. And every time I will win, and they have to give me marbles because I win. I always win. We always put our marble like this sounds so wrong. It's like we place our marble as bet. Whoever win all the marbles.
at least like you guys can actually still play because you guys have at least something that is soft. So at least if you guys throw the marble, it won't run away a lot. Like us, we actually play it on the cement,
I mean,
and it is not a good idea. So the
cement.
other one that we play was that using the using a freaking eraser or just using
What?
the ice cream stick. Who can and we actually need one of it. We actually need to hit it. The ice cream one we need to hit it. The second one, the eraser, we need to be on top of the components
Huh.
eraser so we can win.
I feel like there is. I mean, like. The marble game is a little bit of strategizing. I mean, like.
Oh yeah, I still remember when you everything is in marble. I have no idea how to play the game. Firstly, so I did something stupid.
Mm-mm-mm.
Take two marbles and throw it into the sky, and everyone run
Okay.
because I thought you need to throw up when my friend said you need to throw upwards so it will land into the circle.
Okay.
I throw into the sky.
To defend your friend for running, you have to
Mhm.
understand those marbles. They might be made of glass or crystal, whatever they like to call it, but it's technically glass crystal, crust crystal. So in a sense, they are made of glass. Although they won't break when hit the ground, they freaking hurt when you hit a person in the head.
Okay, the one that I played, the one that me and my friend play was not the plastic or the wait. Scratch that. Okay, I
There's
say
no
it the
plastic.
opposite
There's
way.
no way it's a plastic. Like when we say marble,
No,
there's
no,
no
no,
way
no.
it's made of
When
plastic.
during my time, it was a plastic. Like I still remember that I tried to bite it, and
You
the
mean the
taste was plastic.
you mean the rubber type car?
Yes, yes.
There is okay. There is two type of marble. One is the glass one, which normally used for most of the game. It's the right one to use. The glass one marble is the one that we have to use because it bounces well. We will call the tuck 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 sound. For the rubber, oh god, once it bounces, it never stop.
Like okay, we are dumb at the time. Okay, so we thought that the rubber ball and also the marble are actually two same things, even though the color is similar. But but when we tried to throw it, it bounced around. I still remember that I broke two or three glass windows during at school by
Yeah,
accident.
you have to understand. That's the reason why they are called. They are very dangerous, and we do not throw them like seriously hard. You have to be very, very gentle. Like I'm not saying like too gentle to the point. Like sometimes when you do, you have to be very careful. But I mean, like if
Okay, in my case, like even in my case, even if you throw gentle, it will hit your eye. Not
hey,
anyone else's. It will gonna hit my own eye for some reason.
I got one time. I mean, like if you are talking about the rubber ball, right? I really got one
Mm-hmm.
time. One of my friends threw the ball so hard that it actually bounced back and hit him in the nut.
Yes.
It wasn't me
That
who did
that's
it.
it. So
He just tossed it on the ground. It hit a very nice angle and it bounced back to him and hit him in the nut. And I was like, and we all like, okay, next time we should not do that.
surprised that your friend managed to get a perfect angle and hit.
I'm actually surprised. And because of that, right? That's the reason why earlier, when if you notice, when the way I say it, like the rubber and is never and the way I say it is like I don't like that ball. If you not,
Ah,
the reason why I say I don't like the rubber ball, it's not that the rubber ball is bad. I mean, like if it's a soft one, then I can understand. But the tiny one is so hard, though. It, if you throw it at a person, it still hurt them. Imagine if it hit the nut.
okay. I don't know about before this, but right now there's actually a competition. I'm not sure if it's actually an international one or not.
Mm,
The judge will throw the rubber ball,
mhm.
and the contest con that the people that actually got into the game actually need to catch the ball.
Huh. Imagine if they break the ball, hit the bottom of the ball into another person, a home area. Actually, more like the worst would be. I really got one time when someone say that what happened if you solo the marble, and we all like, no, let's not try it. At that time we were all like, not we. I mean, like we were stupid when we were young, but we are not that stupid to think about destroying a marble ball though. But I was stupid enough to solo a Mentos.
I have no comment on that one.
And I got this. I mean, I was young, so my throat was not that big, and I got stuck with a Mentos on my throat for quite a few moments before it dissolved and melt down into my.
Well, at least you did not in an airport, and for some reason, 4 of your teeth was stuck to the apple.
Actually, I have.
It's not in it. It's not pain, but I still remember that when the blood came out, a lot of people say that, "Are you okay?" I just say that, "Yeah."
There was
And I
one.
mistaken.
There
No,
was.
I mistaken period, and I mistaken period
Huh.
and blood stain at the time. So I say that, why am I period? Why is the period coming out from my mouth?
Okay, let me defend
Okay,
myself.
why?
I say that I had it before it happened to me. In the
Mm-hmm.
past, if anyone asks me why I don't like to eat fruit, like I don't like to eat fruit, but I say I'm fine with fruit juice. I got one time forced by a teacher to eat an apple, and it happened when I was like, I can't remember, was it 8 or 9? It happened when I was young, and we all know that children before 10 always lose their teeth because the teeth are still growing.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one time when I bite into an apple and 2 of my teeth came out when I bite into the apple.
It's not pain though, but still.
No, it's not pain, but the blood gushing out
The
is
blood.
not funny at all.
Yeah.
The blood gushing out is not funny at all. And you can still taste the, like your mouth, you're like, why am I tasting blood? Like,
Yeah.
you can taste the blood instantly. Once you taste the blood in your mouth, you're instantly like, why am I bleeding in your mouth? And at the time, because it gushed out very fast, so I was like speaking with my mouth full of blood, and it dripped through down my school uniform at the time. And everyone at the time saw it, was so panicking. Even the teacher was like, bring him to the dentist.
Wait, you guys have
School dentist, yes.
like.
Yes, at my primary school, there was a school dentist. So I got rushed to the school dentist who have to have to put cotton, put cotton to, or something to hold the blood in, and I have to hold my mouth for quite a while. And then they say that what the hell do you? And I was like, the teacher forced me to eat an apple, and and 2 of my teeth got stuck on the apple. And my friend, at that time, it was not really a friend, but more like a buddy. So he basically bring the apple with him, bring me to the dentist, and it was like the nurse was like wondering, huh? And then we show the apple with the apple on it, half bitten but with 2 teeth on it.
I was wondering how bad the dentist is laughing right now.
I don't think she laughed. But
No, I mean, like,
the only
she
thing
might be laughing. She might be laughing, but she
the
just
only thing
did
is
not
that
show it.
the only thing I remember that she was like, how hard is that? She was like, is that apple fake? I mean, like I mean, like when my teacher asked me to buy it, right? It's like he forced me to buy it, and I remember that he called. Like I remember he go and call the teacher and scold, like the dentist just scold, like she go and scold the teacher and saying like, a young student kid is teeth is still developing, and you are forcing them to eat a hard apple. Are you trying to be funny, or are you trying to teach them the proper way? It's like, normally when we go to a canteen, when we buy apple, you never see a whole apple. Normally they would say they cut the apple out and slices and sell it. Normally, that's and the teacher is like saying like, and because of the incident, it was kind of funny that the teacher just got scolded like so badly, and it got spread for many ways. It's like because I was gushing out blood, and I mean like for the whole day until my parents saw me, they were actually quite shocked. Why do my uniform full of blood? Like everyone thought that I got bleed, and I was like bleeding from my mouth, and they said that what happened to me? Why am I bleeding from my mouth? I couldn't even eat anything for the rest of the day, you know. Even when I go to my daycare, and they were like, "What the hell happened to you?" And I was like, "I bite an apple, got my teeth stuck on the apple, and I bleed from my mouth because of the wound."
Try to imagine that everyone that see you on that day, either they're trying to laugh or just trying to puzzle what is going on.
I mean, like if you think about it, it happened when you're young. Obviously, we'll all be laughing. But a few of them was very genuinely like very concerned. Like, what the hell happened? I mean, imagine if you got someone next to you and bleeding from their mouth. Wouldn't you be like concerned first?
For my situation, no. I will immediately just find something to. It's not panicking, but more to like an autopilot, I guess. Seeing someone injury, just autopilot, finding something to cover it up.
Right. But the thing is, right, it happened so sudden when I was bite into an apple, and because of that, I was like, it caused me to be afraid of eating apple. So there is a little bit of trauma on me eating apple for quite a while. Because I was like, imagine if I bite into an apple and my teeth stuck to the apple again.
Okay. Even though I'm just finished high school, but I managed to like take care of kids in a kindergarten. I still remember that one of the kids during recess, the parents actually just pick up, like put an actually entire apple in that kid's lunch. I asked the kid, why did you bring the whole apple? You should cut it.
Well, I can understand if they don't. I mean, like if they
The
don't. I mean,
I'm
like if they.
surprised that the comment that kid gave.
What does he say?
The kid parents told them, if you eat the cut one, it means you are weak. Oh God.
You're what?
You are weak if you cut the apple. That is not true because it is more easier for you to bring it everywhere, I guess. I
It's
forgot
not
the word I
okay.
should reply.
I can understand if they say they don't want the apple to become brown. The only thing all you need to do is just salt it in the freaking salt water, and it'll be good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Put in the salt water, and it became even better because there is a little bit of salt on it.
But the one I'm surprised was that does the kid actually misunderstood what their parents say?
Actually, it's not about weak though. I just don't understand. A lot of people say like, oh, they don't want the apple to turn brown or whatever. I can understand if you guys don't want the apple to oxidize, or you don't want to like waste the time to cut an apple. If you say those, I can understand.
But it's a freaking kindergarten student.
But for
You need to cut it for them.
if the student is like 12 years old and above, when the teeth are more matured already, and all the baby teeth drop out, well, often more than not, I believe there are still people who with baby teeth until they like 14 or 15. Like as long as their baby teeth are all dropped out already, then asking them to bite an fruit apple, I can understand. But for a young little kid, their teeth is still not developed though.
I still remember I just go to the canteen and just ask for a freaking knife just to cut it. Because I am questioning until this day, what is this parent thinking? Are you trying to let the kid don't have any teeth to eat anything? Like
I wonder. I kind of wonder, right? Imagine if that kid is now playing a game. will the kid play the game based on how he or she like, or will the kid play the game how the parents instruct him or her to play?
I'm not sure for that one.
I mean, like, do your own parents affect how like does your parent how the your parents you like teach you like, and does it like does the way they teach you affect the way you play games?
Yes, and also no, I think. Because okay, the way how my parents actually teach me since I was young, they just give the thing and then not explain anything. So you need to find it for yourself. And yes, I did almost cut my whole hand off due to it.
Damn.
It's not even a joke. I actually almost cut my own hand because trying to cut, if I never get an onion or a carrot,
What?
just to figure out how to cut it. I almost cut my own hand.
Oh god, that is so bad. I mean, like, in case anyone needs to know, my I mean, like, when I play games, a lot of people ask me why do I play games so slow? Why do I get distracted easily? First thing first, when I get easily distracted, I am really the type of person that if anyone throw a freaking bunny in front of me or a cat in front of me in when I'm doing something, I will drop all whatever the important thing in front of me, and I'll just go and pet the little cat, rabbit, or go and hug the little cat instead. Like, I'm that easily get distracted. That's the reason why when I play game, I always get distracted. Like, oh, a shiny, or oh, a crystal, or whatever, or oh, there's a side quest. I'm going to do this side quest. But when it came to, how do my parents affect me? Is that in a sense, there was as much as I've been taught to do things fast. Technically, they will just say that make sure not to miss out on those little details. Although my mom will be like, after you check out everything, and then you'll be like, okay, anyhow. But the thing is that she always, like, my mom always tell me not to cut corners and look into all little details. And in real life, when I do stuff, I always look in, like, when I look through a document, I have to read every single thing, look through this, look through that, look through every single detail. Is there any loophole, or is there anything that I'm missing out? So in a sense, like, that kind of like transmit into me playing game, because when I play game, I'll be like, oh, there is this thing. Does this thing play a part, or does this thing just a red herring, or is this thing something whatsoever? It's like it kind of affect how I play games, and in a sense, like, my parents will affect. I mean, like, but at the same time, the one part like, my dad will say, you must care about this, you must care about that, but my mom will be like, at the end of the day, you don't care because it's just a thing.
Well, your mom is not wrong for that one.
But in a sense, it was my dad who actually trained me. It's like, you have to check every single thing. Do this, do that, do this, do that. And then he'll be the one who don't do even all of those things.
The way how my parents actually teach actually, that is one of the ways. The second one is doing 2 or 3 things in one go.
Oh, my parents can't do it themselves, so they don't dare to tell me to do it.
I can do it because if you notice that if I'm playing games, I can still talk and also type at the same time.
Yes, I know.
I can see somebody coming in.
Yes, I know. But I can't. Because my parents can't do it, so they tell me not to do it.
Okay, I got used to it because when I was younger, my mom will give me 2 or 3. Usually, she will give me 10 tasks, but I can only do 2 or 3 at one time. Like she can do 10 things in one time. The maximum for me is 3. If more than that, I'm gonna forget almost everything.
So you got kind of trained by your parents.
Yeah, it is really really young. For example, that the whole the cleaning basket, was it? I'm not sure what people call it. The one that you put dirty clothes in it. I need to find.
Let's call it the basket, the laundry basket.
Yeah, that one. That one is actually quite heavy, so my parents did not teach me how to do it. They asked me to clean the clothes, wash the house, and also cook. So that is the three tasks that I actually need to do.
At least they are teaching you how to take care of yourself first, or maybe in your future something will happen or whatever. Blah, 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 blah. But my mom, although she can do quite a few things in one go, but she always say like she doesn't want to do because she always get distracted. And my dad always like, when my dad is doing one thing, and if you try to ask him to do another thing, you'll be like, let me concentrate on this one. I want to do this one. I don't want to do another one. Later I get confused. My sister can do multiple things, maximum of 2 or 3, I can't remember how many, but she can do it a little bit. Basically there was one time when she was calling with a friend, playing a game and chatting and whatsoever. But for me, I can chat. I mean, like when I was playing game in the past, I couldn't chat with my friend properly. And mind you guys, my generation, we don't have something called Discord or WhatsApp online. We only got something called Messenger by Yahoo. I mean by the Hotmail Messenger.
Ah, one last.
That one, the Yahoo Messenger. Not Yahoo yeah Messenger. The Hotmail Messenger. Sorry.
Yeah, I know which one.
The
Yeah,
mes-
I know which one.
the Messenger. And mind you guys, it wasn't very it was quite the starting part of like calling people without paying a single cent for it, which was the start of the revolution before line everything is taking over. But at that time, we didn't really use it much. We just like when we play game, we'll be like, okay, let's just type, and then we just play the game, and then we just type again, and then just, like the Maple Story was the, like I mentioned, like, was one of the games that I played in the past. It's like type, 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 and then play the game, type, 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 play the game. We don't communicate by mouth. And in a sense, it became a thing where I kind of trained myself that when people do things, I will not be the one to talk, or it's like we don't communicate. It's like whenever I play a game, it's like we became a part like I will just follow what I will be able to do, and I'll be very, very quiet. It was later like when my sister start playing Resident Evil that I start making noise when playing game, because I mean like Resident Evil, how can I not scream at those freaking zombies chasing after me?
But yet your sister said the zombie is cute.
I still don't understand why she said the zombie are cute though.
For me, it's not cute, but it's still cool. Like the way how I see it, like oh, this looks cool because it has a lot of details.
I mean, the thing is
But I'm,
that the thing is, right? If you say cool, I can understand. But she said it's cute because I was like, how can the zombie look so cute?
I have once called something really creepy, but yet I say it cute. So it's normal, I guess, for her.
I can never understand you guys' mindset. And yet she became an architect right now. Damn my life. People you say F your life or FML F my life. I am DML. Damn my life. My life have been damn.
That it's okay. At least you did not be a damn on yourself yet. Okay, sorry for that one.
Yeah. Not now, but later.
Oh, that's quite worrisome. What do you mean by later?
Imagine like somebody if I play Mario Kart, like somebody if I play Mario Kart, and I was like, oh, I'm winning, and then oh nowhere a blue shark hit me, and I'll be, I'm losing, and I lose, and then I'll be like, damn it!
It has been a few times that when I actually talked to you and you actually did not reply, so my mindset just went, ah, he is still focusing on the game.
Okay, I have not been trained by my parents to be multitasking stuff. At least, so I mean, like when I play game, that's the reason why sometimes I don't reply fast. It's normally it depends on the situation I'm on in. Like I can play the game normally and still talk, but if I'm like concentrating on the story or fighting that is very intense, then I will definitely need to concentrate on that because I want to concentrate on that mostly. But considering that lately I like Naji-san took one half the day to complete the story, but she just skip every single thing. Well, she says she read everything, but when I ask her, okay, what happened? She'll be like, she know this and that, and but then when I ask her the full detail of it, she'll be like, she doesn't remember.
It means that she skipped most of it, I think.
Yeah, she tend to skip most of it. But for me, it's right. I'm not saying like that's not a good way of playing. I mean, like just look at some of the game players, they just skip. Like they just want to be true with the story. But for me, right, who come up with game theory or come up for Genshin only, any other game maybe in future, but just look for Matt Pat from game theory. He always come up with so many theory from the game. I mean, like the latest one where he talk about the waifu of Ash Ketchum from Pokemon. I was like, okay, that's it. But when it came to Genshin, I've been always. I mean, like recently, you are aware that how right I was most of the time,
Yep.
and even for a game in Honkai where I don't play it, but yet I can still guess based on what you tell me, based on the information you tell me, I can come up with the theory that is almost right, but end up half correct. But still, the theory is that the path of the theory is that is correct.
Mm-hmm.
So is that when I play a game, I tend to absorb everything, every single detail, every single little point. That's the reason why when I play game, I always take my time. But except for like FPS, I will definitely go full blast. One day,
Never see you play FPS yet, so I'm not 100% sure how you play.
one day, when I play the Vacaron.
Oh god.
Why?
Nothing.
Say it. What's in your mind?
To be honest, if you say Valorant, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you go into the lobby for the first time and you are not prepared and not practiced much, 100% you're gonna get roasted. Not even roasted. You're gonna be the first one to get killed over and over again because they know you are a beginner player and they like to bully the beginners. I do not know why.
If in any server,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I shall add as a noob and a beginner from then on.
Wait, I thought you already knew about this one. Even in mobile games, there are some that is like to do that.
In mobile game like Dota, I mean like Mobile Legend, right? Or Vanguard, or Extraordinary One. When I play the game,
Mm-hmm.
I like they always show you. They will show you the beginner item slot. I will use that for the first few match. I will use the recommended one. Then when I start playing the second round, as in the second day,
Mm-hmm.
the league will jump very high. My skill level will jump very very fast high, because I will learn how to use. I will learn about the each character skill. Like if there is 20 character, I will learn all 20 character ability. What they will do. I will test out what is their range. I will test out what they can do. What is the ability it can work. And what kind of trick can I do with them, and I'll learn what kind of what kind of items is suitable for them, what kind of items build is the best for them. I will learn everything after I stop playing, or like before I sleep, which often more than not when the whole checkout will, if like based on the number of character and item they have, it will take me up to a day or the next day. So the next time I play the game, I will be like going around say like as a player, and people say nothing. This player is nothing. Ame is nothing. Ha ha ha. Who bully who? Rizi-san?
God, if it's this freaking Discord. Like, even if I scream, it won't catch you for some reason.
But at least you managed to
Yeah.
hear what I just said, right?
Yes, I actually can hear it.
I mean, like, I got called a nerf for quite a few times in the past, though.
Wait, what does nerf means?
Nerfing is just basically when a pro player create a beginner account to play with those weak players or like beginners or noob. Like basically, you just a very pro player just just basically start a account from scratch and play mobile game. So for example, if you are top, let's say for example, you are top 10 players in League of Legend, and you create a new one, you create a new account just to play. And normally when we play in the begin, like when we start creating a new level, right, we always play with all those beginner level players, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the noob players, right? So basically, nothing is just basically where you are a pro player playing with all those noob and beginner.
Ah, okay.
That's what calls nerfing mean. So I've been called as nerf in the past a few times, which end up me always have to play the rank game so that I can bring my level up to the highest possible, and then play with the pro players or the top ranking players.
I don't know about other players, but if it has to do like, okay, for example, the most easiest way was Mobile Legends.
Mm-mm-mm.
Usually, okay, I had done that before when you say that about nerfing,
Mm-mm-mm.
but I don't know the word for it. And a lot of people say that I'm a pro player that is disguising as a beginner.
Yeah, it's called nerfing. The correct term is called nerfing now.
Like, I do not know about that one. I thought that because a friend of mine said that he said that I can sell an account if I manage to get like a high level or good thing in a certain account, so I can sell it, right?
Mm-mm-mm.
So I actually did that. So the winning percentage and the skin is actually there. I just need to sell it. So that is basically what I do in the past.
Well, I mean, I used to do something similar, but it's not easy though. Trying to like cater like 100% win rate, because when you sell it, the rate will definitely drop when the players start playing it, because it's like people were like, oh, this is a pro player, but actually it's actually this is a account buyer.
Yes, 100%. You can actually guess that this is a buyer, not an actual player.
But there are times when people call me a nerf because a snurf. I mean, like, it's not that I want to play with the nerd. It's just that when I play games, mobile game, not any other game, okay? When I play mobile games, there's a lot of people tend to think, oh, just play as you go along. No, you sometimes you have to understand how some character ability work. You have to understand how item build go. Like what does this item do for your character? Which character build is better for you? So you have to learn to use them. You don't just go full on and just go oh, this weapon or that weapon. No. Or this item build or that item build, or this ability first or that ability first. You have to understand which ability go first, which how each ability work. Then you build and then you start playing, because when you learn, and sometimes you have to understand is that sometimes based on the game, the character might your opponent will come up with counter hero against your team, and you have to change your item build on the go, because some item build will be better for survivability, or maybe to counter some another item. It's like you have to come up with different item build sometime as a base, or maybe some character are very hard to kill and you need to slow them down. So you maybe if you are using a marksmanship and you need to buy maybe some sort of item to slow your enemy each time you attack it, or maybe a bashing item if you want to bash them out to make them stun. It's like there are so many different items you have to learn to buy and see which item build and whichever. And or maybe if you're too squishy, you have to buy maybe some sort of HP item to increase your HP so that you won't die that easily. If not, people are gonna call you the glass cannon, which means that you can hit. Basically, you can hit the enemy very fast if you land a hit, but they can still one hit KO you if you're not careful enough. So
That is basically me, because if people that I'm not sure if people still remember, but I used to stream Mobile Legends, and because I managed to get the top 50 in the one of the servers, but even though my damage is high, but my defense is
almost zero.
really bad. No, almost zero, because imagine that at least if the beginning, the first 5 minutes of the game, at least you can get 2 or 3 hits before you die, right? Me, nope. 1 hit, I'm dead.
Yeah, I can understand.
But my damage, I can
almost one hit all of them.
No, I can kill everyone in one go, but even even if I receive the damage,
you will die.
Yep.
I remember there was one, I can't remember which game, but I remember there was something called counter the damage. So basically, if you receive the damage, you return a portion of the damage back to the enemy. And I was like, that's the main counter for glass cannon.
Oh god, imagine that person just begin to play and we just throw him by accident. Oh god, I feel bad.
There are chances of it happening though. It had happened in pro scene. So often more than not, a lot of people need to understand playing glass cannon, high reward but also high risk. And it had happened to me. I can't remember how many times already in the past. I mean, I used to play as a marksmanship in the past a lot, or maybe in a sense it's that we call it marksman. I some game call it bow user or so, but it's still basically you get what I mean. And I remember so many things in the past that is so it was so I have to say it's so crazy, a lot of games. So in the end I end up playing support or mid, and hardly the marksman or basically the shooter or anything. There is the high damage dealer, because I always end up dying. If I farm enough, I can kill them, but if they start killing me, I'll be dead. And I remember there was one time. One time where I was farming throughout the whole game. I was basically farming throughout the whole game, and my team keep on feeding to the enemy, and the enemy was very very fat. And so basically what happened was that I keep on farming and farming until we only left the last tower to defend. And I was like, in the end when the enemy came in, I just shoot them, because my character can, I think it was in a extraordinary one. So basically one of my character can shoot he can shoot in different directions, a split shot similar style, not total but something to split shot. So I can shoot up to a few characters at one time. So basically I was doing that, and suddenly they were all shocked at how my item build was at the high end. So I was like killing them. I was like revenge time, so I start shooting all of them, and there is no buyback in the game. So then we all rush mid and we end the game. So by the time the enemy came out, they tried to come out to defend, but I still pew 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 pew. and they all die. They revive and they die, and I pew 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 pew. They still die, and then I was like, just keep on just keep on shooting, just shoot because my item are all very high, and so I was like shoot. And we win that game, and the enemy was like, what the heck? And I remember that because of that, how I played that character, and the way I built the character, people start looking into my build. And I remember the funny thing is that because of how I play, people start copy my build, and it kind of caused that character to be banned in ranked game, like afterwards, because everyone knew how imba the character is because of how I built him. And I remember there was a lot of time when I was the one creating the metals.
Yeah, I do understand that one because I still remember that I forgot season what that I am the cause of getting Nana to get banned in ranks.
Oh, Nana.
Okay, usually I use Nana because I can use the build is still exists in Mobile Legends if I find it. I'm using Marksman's build, but also the defense build.
In case I'm not wrong, Nana is the one that throw the boomerang, right?
Yes, the boomerang.
Yeah, I
Because
remember.
okay, because for other people that don't know, there are a certain build. I'm not gonna say it in here. Just go find it yourself, lah. There's a certain build. If you manage to get that fully, the boomerang can slow down the enemy. So it is quite
Imba.
no, like if you're in a group fight, you can at least run. If you have low HP, you can run. Or if your teammates near can help you during the team fight. It means that you can slow down any enemy that is near you. Use the Molina and you can get a full kill. Or assistance, like at least.
Because I remember I do use Nana. If we are talking about Mobile Legend, yes, I used to play Mobile Legend, and I remember about Nana because I use Nana as support mostly. But but I can see why Rizi-san said Marksman build, because when I was playing as Nana at that time, my Nana was half support and half DPS.
Yeah, I do understand that one.
Not
Because
defensive
a
build,
lot
okay.
of people say that. I still remember that a lot of people say that I'm using a troll equipment.
No.
But because you cannot use a support build to a no, you cannot use a marksman build to a support user because the damage is different.
No, you can. It's just not all of the item. You have to find the specific item to build it.
No, surprisingly, I use Leslie because I'm a Leslie main because she does not use any mana. I use a Leslie main some of the equipments to Nana, and surprisingly, one hit with her boomerang it's not even the first 5 minutes, and I managed to get a lot of kills.
Oh damn! But I remember there's I think it was also in Mobile Legend. One of my favorite character to use as a support as well as a mid lane was, I think it was called the Ice Queen.
Oh, Aurora. Wait. I don't think it's Aurora. I forgot her name, but I know which one.
It's like basically she walked the way she walked is very slow.
I don't know why, but I actually hate using her because during if somebody actually trying to ambush, you could not hide.
Yes, but the thing is, right, her first ability, I'm not sure did they change it, but the first ability is to aim at, like, shoot an eyes towards forward, right? The thing is, right, I remember I used her as a support, and I keep on spamming against, like, into the boost, and I remember a lot of people say, like, okay, a lot of people say that you shoot once, they don't react, you can go in. But at that time, I was like, let me shoot 3-4 times. So basically, in case you need to understand, my first item was always as a support is definitely the support item. But the second item, or if I bring mid, the first item I will always buy is the mana regen item. So basically, I built the first skill, keep on throwing their eyes into the ambush, and I remember there was one funny moment where they thought they can stay in the glass, but I just shoot once and I will go away, and then I come back again, shoot again, and they will like go back again, and then shoot the third time, and then someone died in the bush, and I was like, huh? and then I use an ulti on the bush. Guess what? 3 people die.
Oh. Okay, this is funny that because even now Leslie has an upgrade, but her damage is still the same, like the first time that I play her. When I use her there's a 3 bullet, right? And surprisingly, the one that I aim is a different person. And because he actually walked behind him, so his friend that has a low HP is actually in front. So I end up shooting the friend, and the friend died. But the target is not dead yet.
Damn.
Okay, that is not once. Afterwards, he still continue on walking to the person that has a low HP, die again. And lastly, that's when he just died because everyone that can be his shield died. But the funny thing was that your friend is low HP, and why do you use them as a shield?
I mean, like, it's kind of funny because I remember the reason is like people think that if you just bury the enemy, I mean, like, you guys have to understand, like, for me, right, I always tend to use characters that can hit they can shoot an arrow out or whatsoever can hit an AoE. So that if in the case, because I mean, like, I can't remember what's the ice cream name properly was called, but when she used a burst, I mean, like, earlier when I was saying, like, when I used a burst on the and 3-person die, mind you, I was building very high magic power at the time, so the burst can kill them if they don't move. If they don't,
I do remember that one.
It can kill anyone if they all don't move. So so it was funny that when I used that and they all died, and I was like, let's push.
Oh, her name is Aurora.
But her burst damage is like very high, so she is one of the best mid laner. But like I mentioned,
and she is also. But right now, I forgot which season was it, but Aurora got banned a lot of times during rank.
Yeah, because the thing is that she can also be played as a support and slow the enemy down, because her damage doesn't just do damage to it.
Okay, that's one, and the second one was the combo one.
Yeah, the combo.
You know that you can combo all 3-1.
Yeah, she is the one with all 3 skills, which is the reason why earlier I say I have to buy mana for her. Because when you get mana for her, she can her cooldown is like for her first skill, like literally 0. You give her cooldown you give her cooldown item, you give her mana weapon, she can spam her the first ability like no tomorrow though.
I forgot who actually played this because I was watching a live stream. A person playing Mobile Legends, and because she asked the viewers which one does they want her to play. And surprisingly, a lot of people want her to play Aurora. Even like her speed is actually really slow, but the way how she spam the skill, oh god, that is.
It's very fast, right?
Yes, if you have the right build, it will be really fast.
That's why.
For example, like if you use Nana, you can actually use two of the, the blue one when the second passive skill, if I'm not mistaken. You will throw an animal. You can actually spend 3 times.
The thing is that you have to because a lot of people need to understand the like you have to use the right skill with the right item build. Like earlier I mentioned, like the item you have to check what kind of abilities, what kind of item is best for which character, and what kind of skill or item is best for them, and what their ability will do. Because it's like sometimes they are like every character got their own passive. For our, if you say it's our Aurora, but basically I call him the ice cream because she is really an ice cream. So basically, her ability, if I remember not wrongly, when she's her first ability, when used the second time, the third time can be used with 0 cooldown. So basically, she can throw her ability very fast. And it will cause more damage if I'm not wrong. That was how I remember. So basically, she keep on like her. That's the reason why earlier I say when I use like the skill 3-4 times, you have to imagine like I keep on tossing out and out and out. Normally the opponent will be like, okay, maybe a magic is like, okay, they'll be like, most character I come across, like jungler or tanker, they will have to buy a half physical, half magic item build, right, to defend themselves, to make sure they are tanky. But for magic, there is something we call the magic penetration, or we can buy burn HP item. Basically, when you use an ability on the opponent, you burn percentage HP. That counter those items. So in a sense, you have to be careful of, like, you just open out your box to see what your opponent buy, and then you just see which item you should build. And I remember that's how I always play game though. Actually, do you guys ever check, like playing mobile game, don't you guys always check what your opponent buy item?
No, to be honest, every time that I got a good build, usually I just go in blindly. It means that I have no idea what it's used for.
I always check though. I always check. So that at least I know what opponent are using and what kind of build they are going, so what kind of counters do I come across. Like, for example, if a person know that I'm a glass cannon, obviously if they come out with an item called counter, like if they buy all physical decrease damage, obviously I have to buy at least 1 HP item and 1 one life steal and 1 decrease HP by percentage. Right. At least I have to get something similar to that. Like I have to come up with decent build. Imagine if they come out with physical damage reduction and they 100% reduce the damage. Obviously, I won't be hitting them at all.
For me, it depending if I actually see that I did not do any damage or like I keep losing, that's when I'm gonna check. But before that, I'm just play.
No, I check throughout. Like when I buy one item,
every minute.
Every time when I'm going to consider buying an item. Because when you buy an item, if they buy an item first, right? If you buy an item, you are the one who buy item first. It means that you are farming faster. Then you can go for. Then you don't need to worry. But if your opponent are farming like they are farming faster than you, you have to come up with counter, because most of the time a lot of people won't even think about, because in the sense that they can't sell the item after they get it. Because if they sell it, they'll be losing in farming point, and they have something. If I counter them, they will have to come up with an item to counter me back, or they have to sell the item and buy the right item to counter back, which in the sense gonna take time and money. So often more than not, when I farm faster than them, right, I always buy weak item to throw them off. So that when they think that I'm buying this item to build another way, often not. It's like when you know, like when mobile game we play item that is like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 item, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I buy tier, like if I found normally when we all start the game is tier 1, and then when we want to become stronger we buy tier 2 item. So in a sense is that I always like we have to buy a few tier 1 item to combine them into tier 2 item. So basically what I would do is that I will buy a few tier 1 item, and then I will combine them into tier 2 item, which will make them think that I'm buying another type of build. In fact, once I buy one build, right, I will change to another item to like another build. So basically it's like I will hold on to that tier 2 item and then build a proper tier 3 item. So basically my first tier 2 item tend to be a fake. It tend to be a fake. But if situation where we are like my team is losing, then that tier 2 item that I use as a fake will become a tier 3 item, which will become much stronger and often more than not epic is the support item that I'll be going for. So for example, if like I'm using like for example a character like Aurora and I buy a snow staff that can slow the enemy with each ability you hit the enemy. And like for example, tier 2 is let's say for example tier 2 is decreased by 20%, tier 3 is decreased the enemy speed by 40%. So for example, if I winning, I will change it tier 2 and then I get another height, maybe like recovery mana or reduce cooldown. But if we are losing, then I have to upgrade that 2 to 3 because slowing the enemy down is to ensure that your team survive or your team able to do more damage while they are trying to escape. Which is often more than not how the game should be.
Mm-hmm.
So that is how I play, especially mobile game. But I always hate playing mobile game due to the reason where it's like every time when I play, it's somehow I always team up with team that is going to go in and feed. Like my team keep on feeding and feeding and feeding and feeding. And I'll be the one to carry the whole game to the point that how can you ask a support player to be the one carry the whole freaking game?
Yeah, true. Put down.
And I remember that another reason why I also hate mobile games is that every time when there's a new patch or a new update, you have to check every character, what kind of item build have been changed, what item have been nerfed, which character have been buffed, which character have been nerfed, like or which character became the metal, or what kind of new item did they introduce. Like there's so many things that you have to follow. Like that's and by the time you follow every single thing and there's so many characters and you'll be like, heck this, I'm not gonna play this game anymore. Which is the reason why I stopped playing Dota, the reason why I stopped playing Mobile Legends, is the reason why I stopped playing Vanguard, Extraordinary One, all those mobile games. I stopped playing because no, I don't want to get toxic in the rank game. I'm not gonna remember every single detail of the game, and then keep on losing the rank game every single time. That is so frustrating. I had lost in rank game 10 row at one go, all because my team keep on feeding. Rizi-san, what about you?
Oh, for God's sake, this Discord lah.
Discord hating our voice ever since it was created.
I really hate Discord right now because if I go into a high voice, it won't be capturing my voice. So I actually need to talk a really, really low one.
If anyone need to know, Discord is also similar to how you play Disconnect.
Well, at least we are not that, like, at least Discord does not hate us 100%, I guess.
True.
Because I have a friend that throughout the whole game, the Discord just cut his voice every time. So he actually need to type what he need to do.
Oh. I guess it's also a good moment for us to stop talking for now. I mean, like we've been talking from randoms, like we were talking supposed to be how we play games until the midway we were talking about parenting or children eating apples.
Wait, freaking this guy! Okay, we already talked for at least I guess more than 1 hour. Well, 1 hour ish before we actually do a podcast, and then we actually almost forgot.
And it's already 1 hour and 35 minutes. I guess it should be a good moment for a podcast.
The funny thing when you say that, oh, at least let us stop for a while. I swear that nowadays that we are going more and more longer into the podcast.
I feel like one day there will be we'll be talking for 2 hours or 3 hours instead, and I'm not even sure if by then will there be more viewers or not.
I have no idea.
We shall see.
What is with that tone though?
I mean, the Discord is just basically telling us that we should stop though.
Yeah, true.
So with that being said, oh heck, hell, I mean, I have not been doing a proper outro ever since the No Who Long went.
I actually forgot my own outro.
Really? In your
Yes,
own in your
the
own
outro.
stream?
Yes. I actually forgot my own outro that I actually need to go to the previous video that I have recorded to remember how did my outro go, because I did not do a proper outro for 6 months.
Oh god. Well, no need to worry. I think I remember now. So with that being said, if you're watching this podcast in the morning, have a good day. If you're watching this at night time, have a good night rest. Oh god. Have a good night rest anyway. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to my channel to hear for more random stuff. Normally, it's not just only Rizi-san, don't need to worry, but doesn't mean that Rizi-san is not a regular guest on my side. It's basically we'll be talking a lot of random stuff, but you guys can look forward to many more other people in future if I can get them on. Oh, you guys know what? Just just check on the description, and if you want to know whether who or what, or if you want to join talking with me, you can chat with me. Check on the description. By the time this, I was not supposed to talking to Rizi-san, but anyway, we'll talk. I will talk to her after this podcast end. But you guys can just check on the description. Anyway, and also
Bye.
and so subscribe not just to me but to Rizi-san. Bye.